You're listening to The Average Fighter. Make sure you click subscribe so you can follow all of the excellent content that's coming your way. Stay tuned.
Yo!
What's up? This is Lorenzo, aka Tubazo1989. I've been playing fighting games since I was really little. I want to say by myself in arcade mode, and always fascinated by the arcade kind of mentality. Growing up, I would always like to venture out, see the different combos and stuff. Started even playing back in, even before Virtua Fighter 4. I would always play a lot of obscure, weird games. Didn't really blow up into the FGC until Street Fighter 4 came out, and along with it, BlazBlue, Calamity Trigger. Those were the games that when I was in college, I just realized it branched out, showed me that there was more than just a couple guys playing in a basement somewhere, trying to play money matches and stuff. There was a big scene and stuff, and everything just kind of snowballed from there when the bigger games started getting announced, like Marvel 3, Super Street Fighter 4, played a little bit of Marvel 2 when that got ported out, because that was one of the games I played way back then a little bit. And everything else has been history. So the thing about anime fighting games, particularly BlazBlue in my experience, was that it always gave me a reason why I was getting hit. When you play a game, whether it's old or new, and you get hit and your first thought is, why or how did I get hit? Something about the game kind of needs to convey that towards you. And vice versa, if you start hitting and doing a combo and it drops, you kind of need to understand, why did it drop? Why did something not connect? Even though in your mind and in training mode, it kind of did. There's a lot of variations when you get into any sort of fighting game, whether it's super simple, super turbo, or super complex like Guilty Gear. And I feel like anime for me was the bigger picture. There's a reason why, and it had more answers for me when I was playing it. As I was playing it, I started out as more of an online warrior, jumped into the local scene. There was a short-lived tournament series that happened in Arizona called Devastation. And the first year that BlazBlue was at Devastation, I won the entire tournament for it in 2010. Never got sent to losers. Then 2011 came, and that was Devastation's last year. They did BlazBlue Continuum Shift 2, the newest version at the time. I won again and didn't get sent to losers. Those are probably my biggest achievements in terms of how comfortable all of my personal training, online training, and just answering all of those questions of why am I getting hit, why is this working. All of that was a collection of me just doing really good when it counted. The anime community was the one that really vibed well with me. They didn't talk a whole lot when you were there, but when you actually got there, it was as if you're meeting your brother for the second time in your life, and they just opened arms, loved you, talked to you, talked with you, got hyped, got excited, and it was the kind of cohesion that I hadn't really gotten in any other fighting game at the time, and it was a really good growing point.
Whenever you're ready, take it off. Or take it off. Take off.
Yo. Absolutely. So, Game Chops is a video game music label that did a little bit of an outreach program, like a street team coming out, putting posters everywhere, wanted to get people who had a little bit of a following, had a little bit of a social media presence, and when you applied for this position, they reviewed it and decided to have you on the team, let you experience some of the new music on hand, and start sharing a lot of the stuff in a variety of different ways. Let the label grow through word of mouth, or word of ear, so to speak, because it's music. And the thing about Game Chops as a label, regardless of my role as part of this ambassador program that they had, was that their music was super energetic and nostalgia hitting as I started getting out of college. I would listen to a few tracks here and there from certain video games that I did and didn't know, and realized that, oh, it's the same label, it's the same guys, it's the same artists. They're being really consistent. And I started following them and realizing that they really did put a lot of passion and effort into it. They did all these live performances and stuff that just mind-blowing how they think about throwing in like some new gangster rap into like a Zelda song or like a Kirby cute 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 song with like gas pedal and stuff, and like those, once you hear them once, you think there's no way that sort of insanity and stuff can continue. But every other release that they've been doing, whether it's just a remix, whether it's an original piece, whether it's a big project album or just a live music set, has always had a lot of passion to it. And that's one of the reasons why when I jumped on the program, I was really happy to expose the label, let them know a whole lot. Every other time that they're releasing new music, I'm tweeting that out, I'm talking about it. Try to let other people know, because to be honest, fighting games and music go kind of hand in hand because they're both real passion projects. You're feeling it really hard. It shows in your gameplay, and the Game Chops music, out of all the other tracks and things that I can think of, has consistently given me that same feeling, if not more, when I'm actually holding the controller. So the thing about the whole issue with Armando, and I'll try to keep it as short as I can, without getting into all the sort of details and perspectives. I want to be as objective as I can, because to start off, it was on my birthday. I shouldn't have really have cared a whole lot about the posts and things, but when I woke up and saw it, it had a lot of confusing verbiage and a lot of arrogance that I wasn't really ready to experience first thing waking up on quote-unquote my day, so to speak. That's just me being personal. However, when you reread the verbiage and reread what he was trying to say in that thing, he was basically trying to say that, hey, I just got sponsored, I've been doing a lot of stuff with this new project, The Danger Room, I need somebody else to take the helm as Arizona's Marvel go-to person, and that person needs to work with me so that we can all grow together and make this be a really good state for Marvel vs. Capcom 3. First off, Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is on its last leg. As much as we love it, as much as we get passionate about it, it's not an attack about the game itself. It's more about the fact that Infinite is coming. Therefore, just like with Marvel 2, just like with Marvel 1, the people who are passionate and such about this game are going to have their niche, and that's where it's going to stay. It's not going to be a 5-10 year program. It's already had 6-7 years of hype. When it came to the fact that he was saying, in a sense of trying to, hey, I need somebody else to do this because I'm busy with this, he didn't say I'm done with Arizona. I still want to work with people, with whoever wants to rise up to the occasion. And because of that, it ended up turning into a weird misunderstanding of I'm still want to have all the power and clout that I did, but somebody else just do it so that my name's not attached to it. That's another way that I interpreted it. And lastly, the biggest kind of way that I took offense to it was that it sort of didn't go into depth about how much Marvel meant to people outside of Angelic, because nobody in Arizona just had a big meeting and said, here's the crown of Arizona Marvel, you hold this now, Angelic. Everybody's been fighting for that top three placement, and everybody acknowledges everybody else in terms of how good they are, how good they've gotten, and how good they can be if they switch up some things. It's always a development process, but when people think of Arizona, they think Angelic, he got third place at Evo twice, good stuff. I've won 2 majors in anime. You don't hear me always saying I am the Arizona person for Blaze Blue. I am the person of anime. I'm running this, therefore everybody has to come out and go to my thing. When Armando runs his stuff, it runs great. When he puts his name behind it, he promotes it so well. He does such a really good job. When he was the stream user for the Rambats in Arizona, he would always try to promote that stuff. When it came to the next level, Rewired, when it came to the other sort of locals and such that Marvel was trying to build a presence for, the AZHP Rambats, when it came to, and is going to come to, Southwest Shockwave, Silence. It hasn't really been a two-way street when it came to how he's communicated through the community, and that post in particular, I think, instilled a lot of the confusion that comes with reading it outside of the community. You think, oh, so he's the guy that is Marvel, but he's also saying that he doesn't want to be a part of it because he has bigger things to do than just us. That's the way that my brother read it when he read it. He knows nothing about the Arizona fighting game community. So on the one hand, he wants to be passionate. We see that. He wants to be a great player. We see that. If you want to be a really good tournament organizer and a good spokesperson for the community, for a game, for a feeling that is Marvel, then there needs to be a little bit of humbleness. There needs to be a little bit of understanding and good mutual respect. And when you see the way that he talks, it is almost always like that post where it's a lot of weird, huge, I'm on a pedestal, everybody else is below me kind of mindset. And I wasn't really ready for that.
One more time. Give it to him, dude.
All right. Yo, Daniel, how you doing, man? Oh, you ain't doing that good, are you, man? Let's go.
Not that good. Oh.
So the thing about esports is that it has a time and a place, and that time is coming, but the place is still kind of undecided in my opinion. When we were growing up, you had the dream of being able to play video games for life, for a living. And when you put a phrase like esports, the first thing you think of is electronic sports. Therefore, the comparisons always come up with the big guns, NBA, NFL, even soccer and hockey and such get considered for comparing it to a guy sitting down playing a video game for 10, 15 hours a day. And the type of environment that it's been growing up in with the rise of the MOBA, that's where I think a lot of the differentiating styles, people in the FGC are afraid to see their game get the same treatment as the MOBA games, but people have grown up, people have learned, and when the FGC started getting more mainstream attention and got on ESPN last year, it had FGC people streaming it, FGC people understanding when you want to bring the hype, when you want to try to tone things down and such. The production value was still very in-house. They just aren't really afraid of the change. The FGC has always felt really close-knit and separate from the other esport, more marketable kind of things. So where I see the growth in Street Fighter V, following up with the disastrous launch that it did have, with a really, really consistent outreach program with the Capcom Cup, they really are going for that long-term game. They want Street Fighter V to be that passion project that maybe even 2 years from now, Season 2 is halfway through pretty much, maybe 2 years from now, we're still playing Street Fighter V, but more importantly, we're still playing Street Fighter V at a level that Street Fighter 4 was, or even Third Strike was in its heyday. And with the amount of release, with the outreach of the program and stuff, which getting all the pros and such so disconnected on how they feel the direction of the game is going, you can see the hints of the pushback that you always get when you get a change. And change isn't always bad. If anything, change is actually really good for the long term. That's where I think Capcom is trying to hit its stride. It's not going to be the most popular and the most appealing game right now. In the next year and a half, it's still going to hold its crown as the king of fighting games, as much as King of Fighters. Capcom Infinite, however, is in a really weird position where you've got people that are passionate about the previous games, seeing the marketing that has gone mainstream, and it's going to hit that change, that same spot that Street Fighter V is, much harder between the casual fans and the hardcore fans, because the hardcore fans are always going to still be playing the older versions, because that's the versions that they felt the most adamant. The newer fans are going to see the older fans playing it, and they're going to not see the same amount of depth, or they're going to see a little bit of confusion and such. That's where I think Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, it needs to approach a really delicate balance, because as a game, it's going to be marketable. It's got the name of the biggest movie franchise out right now, Marvel. You say Marvel, everybody in the theater knows stay in your seat until the end. And you don't get that with a whole lot of other stuff. When it comes to the bigger picture, I think that Infinite's going to be a good game in the long run. What do you think about the FGC and everything that I've been around these past couple of years is that nothing stays the same for long. And I feel like my little passion projects that came with the Rambat season, I did like a little bit of a rap here and there. I got a lot of criticism, a lot of constructive criticism, of course, and a lot of personal joy in actually getting the project and completing it. I put a lot of things on the back end. I even this year told a big proclamation that I had this list of all these games that I want to play. I want to play at least through 100 of them. Because Nico, aka Mr. SNK, this COD-like Honda player and Street Fighter OG, is an OG in a lot of older games, and inspired me in the fact that he was able to still live his life, work his life, and still play through 100 video games. Not complete 100%, but play from start to finish, get to the end screen, so to speak. 100 games, old, new, middle of the road, it didn't matter. He was able to do that last year, 2016. That inspired me to think that there's so many games, so many projects and things that I start, when I think about doing, never complete, never get halfway through. Unfortunately, this June, I've only gotten 2 games completed. When it came to work, when it came to just my general things, stuff, technically 2 that I set aside and said I'm going to play this was Donkey Kong Country 1 and 3. I said I would start Mario World 1. I've gotten to that point where it's like I can finish it in an hour, but I just really haven't done the same. I got sidetracked by a couple other games. Nier Automata, play that game. It's amazing. Best music in this generation. Even if the PS4 lives to be another 10 years or so, this has set the benchmark. That soundtrack set the benchmark when it came to music. I go down to where I see myself in the next year or so. I'm excited to see where Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite goes. I can see myself playing it, trying it out, just because it is a Marvel game. I've been interested in really trying to get Guilty Gear Revelator and Not Shot. Blaze Blue has kind of hit its climax, so I can see that game kind of doing the same niche area that it kind of started out in, and having maybe one last hurrah at EVO 2017. When it comes down to me personally, though, I'll just keep playing the games that I like playing, whether it be single player, multiplayer. Eventually, I'll try to work a little bit more on my music side, and when it comes to work, I've been able to build so many different jobs in my resume that I honestly don't know where I'm going to go next for sustainment in the financial aspect. So I'm interested always to see what the next opportunity is going to be. We'll see. I can see I'm really happy to still be a part of this fighting game community, and I hope that we all keep striving to be our best as the new games either change, come and go, as long as we still just keep playing the way it is, because I can't stress enough that as much as the short term of certain games do this, or certain people stop playing this, so now they start doing that, it all really still comes down to me when I was little. I didn't even know these people existed. Every other time that I come here and I play with these Arizona people, it still opens my mind, blows my mind, knowing that they exist. So as long as everybody still remembers that a lot of people started out like that, then I think we're all still gonna stick together and keep being happy and hyped together, regardless of the way certain games go, regardless of who plays what game and such. And above all, just keep having fun. That's